Okay, this reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the month of July 2020. And for the first week here, this will be the 1st to the 4th, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Death Rebirth card. So this combination together, I believe I believe that the spiritual meaning, the message for your highest spiritual growth for the week is to be in your gratitude, focusing on everything that you have. The white falcon, or I don't know what type of a bird, normally it's a falcon, but the falcon stands for focus. So this card always reminds me to focus on all of the physical resources and abundance that we have. Now, the Pentacles also rules the realm of our values. So be really grateful for your nice, strong values that you have, that you've come to over the course of your lifetime, and know that that's a strength that you have inside. That that doesn't. It's something that no one can ever take away from you. Where we are in our evolution, in our human evolution, in our spiritual evolution, wherever we have, worked hard to be in touch with who we are in the inner levels, that's something that no one can ever take away from you. That's your strong conviction about, the way, the path, the life path that you should be on, your unique inner path, because we each have our own unique inner path. And of course you can always change the road you go down, like the old Led Zeppelin song, and you can always change it. That doesn't matter. That's fully up to each one of us. But the key is to just be really grateful for the areas of your life where you have some mastery and therefore some grace and abundance. And then also for the areas where you might even be struggling to find your focus, But this coupled with, it's like knowing that your unique path is part of your inner personal law, and that is a part of the divine intelligence of, the spiritual law. So, but coupled with the rebirth card here, it tells me that there will be big changes that come through for you the more you can tap into your gratitude this week. Now, with the 4th of July being at the end of the week here, it might be a little challenging. There may be some releasing because, of course, part of the rebirth process is that we let go of what's not for our highest good, and we move on to something greater. And there really is no such thing as death. It's just a transition, and it's just an exchange of energy into a different form. So that transition leads you to the next level. So I think that this next level of awareness for you guys is going to be that instinctual way of moving through life in gratitude for the beauty of nature, all of the abundance you have in your life, and that there's something about that, just dropping into that gratitude that you have within, that will open you up to the universe in a whole new way. And I feel like you will have some type of an inner rebirth this week. So I'd love to hear about it. Drop in the comments or email me if you don't feel comfortable sharing with the group. Okay, and then the second week here, this will be from the 5th through the 11th. We have the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Now the 4 of Wands has to do with, events and things that, with your community and people that you love, or just your family. It could just be like you and your kids, or it could even be something just, online with you and your friends. But there's some type of a coming together, because the 4s are always about stability, and the Wands have to do with, our spirits. So there's some spiritual stability that's come in here. And whether or not you get to celebrate with people, or you're hanging out with other people a lot this week, there's still some spiritual stability that's happening. So you know, because sometimes we do have weeks when everybody else is really busy, or we're busy working, and we don't get, you know, time to you know, celebrate and be with our friends as much as we want. And especially nowadays, that's just the way it is. But with, you know, this being summertime, the month of summertime, may very well be that you guys are getting together with each other. But if not, this shows me, this card shows me that you still feel connected on the spiritual levels, even if you're not getting together. And that there's that open-hearted exchange. There's some, and I believe this has to do with the rebirth that is happening here. There's some deeper awareness of your spiritual stability within your open heart. So opening up your heart even more to more and more, you know, I mean, there's no limit to the love that you can experience, and that is the true reality. Love is only, you know, the true reality. It's the only thing that we take with us when we go back home. You know, when we cross over and leave this lifetime, we take the love with us. Okay, so the third week, it's the 12th through the 18th. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Now, this is a really nice combination. So whether or not it's, you know, a big family type of a get-together, or just knowing that you're part of a big happy family, extended family as well, you know, pets, everything. It's either that, or it is your legacy that you are creating, even if it has nothing to do with, although, you know, when we do create things, we do it for others, right? That's how we roll. But with the Pentacles here, with the 10, we're dealing with the physical realm, again, the resources. I love how we have the 10 following the 9. So the gratitude for all that we have, and all the love in our spirit, and that stability that we have. Of course, it's going to come through in our physical, you know, world. And this has to do with abundance that is lasting. So whether or not it's material, you know, money, at least it's health, and at least it's, at the very least, it's knowing that you have everything inside of you to create your own legacy. And coupled with the Queen of Swords, now she is very, very independent. She has moved through difficult emotions, and she's moving forward in life in a clear place. She's able to look ahead and see the big picture, because she's not weighed down by the, you know, emotional reactions of the past. She has been able to clear that all out by, you know, feeling her pain and processing it through, and then coming through the other side and taking a more rational approach, I suppose, which isn't good or bad. It's just that, well, when the mind is in alignment with your heart and your body and your soul, your whole spirit, your life is, you know, when everything is in alignment within you, you have that clear vision ahead. And you know who you are, and you don't let people mess with you, and you don't take, you don't take things that you might have in the past if you were working through issues. So she has strong boundaries, and she's clear. So this week there's something about you and your independent legacy, you and what it is that you want to have in your life, and what you want to experience in your own body, your own being, moving through life on this earth, and moving into the future. So that's beautiful. Now for the fourth week, we have the 19th through the 25th here. And we have the Nine of Wands and the Hanged Man, and we have a repeat here. So this week, I get the sense it has to do with you've been working hard and persevering, and there's, you know, you're at an accumulation of kind of like the nth degree. It's not a 10, so there's, you know, it's not a completion, but you're at a place where you're like, dang, I've done a lot of work. I've worked hard on myself. Again, the wands are always your, you know, your spirit. So with spiritual work, you've done a lot, worked, and now you're at the place where you're realizing, you know, I don't need to be defend it anymore. I don't need to resist anything that's inside of me, and I don't need to resist being in my own power with other people. And of course, you know, I need to be kind and careful with my words. That's what the Queen of Swords here is all about. And how we, you know, love and honor everyone, you know, all of our brothers and sisters on the planet. So with that, there's no need to defend. There's just a need to surrender and to let go, which is what the Hanged Man is about. So I think the combination here is just about surrendering to whatever it is you need to experience in order to become more whole, whatever that is for you, whatever, you know, like soul work you're dealing with, you're working on. That just to surrender, to allow your higher self and all of the forces of love, the divine intelligence, the cosmic, you know, cosmic beautiful life forces that are able to guide all of us, let them help you. Let your guides help you. Let your, you know, your highest self, whoever you tap into for your source, you know, whoever you feel your source is. If it's Christ, if it's Buddha, if it's whatever, whomever, if it's Great Spirit, if that's what you call it, whatever you call it, drop it in. And know that the divine order of the universe, the divine intelligence, holds within that intelligence a divine order, and know that you'll be taken care of. And so there's a level of real honesty here, especially coupled with the Queen of Swords. She's very honest. Now this could be, you know, doesn't have to be gender. This can be, you know, you could be a guy watching this video and it would still apply the same. It just has to do with nurturing your independence and your clarity and healing the past, you know, of your emotional reactions, and not ever beating yourself up and not judging yourself harshly. And then moving forward and through the rest of the month, it just looks like there's such a surrender to, again, the lack of needing to defend or resist anything that's coming up within you. There's just no reason there's no good reason to defend. To surrender is the key. And then for the last week of the month, the 26th through the 31st, it looks like the deep surrender is there still. And now, because of the surrender, you're looking at life in a whole new way. And you're honoring the mystery, you know. I mean, here in this card, she's just kind of like waiting for the perfect wave. This is definitely a card of waiting. So she's waiting for the perfect wave. And, you know, in other decks, there are ships in the background in the ocean. So, you know, you're kind of like waiting for your ship to come in. So, but there's, with the two strong wands here, well, two here and three, wherever you want to look, they're all planted strongly in the ground. And that shows that you've taken all your spirit and your passion and your work, and you've put it into something, and you've surrendered it, and you've put it out there. You know, it's kind of like if you're pregnant, you know, you're pregnant and you're surrendered to this new being that's going to come through you, whether you're a man or a woman. You're going to parent a new being, and that takes a tremendous amount of passion and courage, which the wands are all about, but it also takes the surrender. So in the mystery, there's such a mystery in the unknown. This card is definitely about the unknown. So whenever I'm in the limbo place of the unknown, it helps me immensely if I just go into the allowing for the mystery, and to not be afraid of the unknown and not be afraid of the uncertainty, but to stay focused on what you want. You know, keep lighting your candles. If you use candles or whatever, you know, your intentions, just keep focused on what you want. That's the key. Keep focused on what you want and keep nurturing it and surrendering it too. Yeah. So, okay, well, that's it for this month. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for subscribing and liking the videos. That helps me so much, and thank you guys for sharing the videos. I so appreciate it, and be back in August. Okay, take good care.